Is it a half an inch or an inch above or below your pocket? That's a question I get asked all the time. Good afternoon, I am Chrissy Best, and I'm an official studio photographer. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you of how to put your accoutrements properly onto your Air Force Blues uniform. In order to first do that, I'm going to show you what you need. First you need is an Air Force Blues uniform. Then some ribbons, a name tag, the occupational badge, US insignias, the Professional Development Guide, Chapter 17 specifically, and last but not least, a Look Sharp uniform guide. So now that I've told you what you need to make sure you have everything good to go for your uniform, we're going to go ahead and go step by step. The first thing I always start with are the ribbons. The reason I start with the ribbons is because to me it's the easiest portion. What you do is they are parallel with the top of the pocket of your uniform. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and lay it down right on top of the pocket so it's parallel and even, not over the lapel by any means, or not over the pocket by any means, and we're going to go ahead and press it through. We're going to be very careful by doing this so we don't poke ourselves. While we're doing this, we need to go ahead and just make a mental note of what we're going to do next. So while I'm pushing, go ahead and putting in the frogs, is what we call these. We're going to go ahead and think, like I said, what we're going to do next. What I'm going to plan on doing next is the name tag. The reason I do the name tag is because it's the next logical thing. We're going to move over to the right part of our uniform in order to do this. Like I said, next what we're going to do is do our name tag. What you're looking for our name tag, for one, is to be the parallel to the bottom of the ribbons or the top of the pocket. Also, we are looking for it to be halfway between the sleeve and your lapel. With your uniform guide comes a little ruler. So we're going to go ahead and lay them right down on uniform and go ahead and lay it right down there. Now that we have a general idea of where it's going to be at, according to our ruler, we're going to go ahead and press it through just like we did with the ribbons. And now that we've pressed it through, we're going to go ahead and put the frogs in. Like I had said, with the ribbons, what we're going to go ahead and do is make sure we're going to think of what we're going to do next. And what I'm planning on doing next is our occupational badge. The occupational badge goes a half an inch above our ribbons. And like I say, it's basically about the same width as my pinky. So we'll go ahead and lay my pinky down, kind of see where we're at. But to make sure if we're inspection ready, you always want to use a ruler. So not only you're half an inch above the top of your ribbons, you're centered of your top two ribbons. So we're going to go ahead and press forward with that. Or press them through, and we're going to go ahead and put the frogs through. Now that we have that completed, we're going to go ahead and do the last part of our uniform. The last part of our uniform is our US insignias. What we're going to do with these is, again, use our ruler that we have been provided by our uniform guide. We're going to lay it right on top of the little seam line. We're going to take the center, there's a center line, we're actually going to center that right down the middle. Once we do that, we want to make sure the US is parallel with the bottom and the straight of your uniform. So we're going to go ahead and line that up and go ahead and press it through. And now that we've done that, we'll do the same thing to the other side. So like I said, with one side, what we're going to do is, again, take the center of our ruler, go ahead and line it right up on the line of the seam, put our uniform, or put our US insignia right down the center, and make sure it's parallel with the bottom of our uniform. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and press it through. And put the frogs along the bottom. Now that we've done that, our uniform looks nice and snazzy laying on a table. But in order to make sure that we're actually good to go for inspections, we need to have someone try it on. Can I have a volunteer, please? This is Travis. We're going to go ahead and have him try on the uniform to make sure everything's straight and where it needs to be. Now that he's going to go ahead and button up, what the first thing we're going to do is going to go ahead and grab our ruler. we're going to go over double check everything we've already done. First thing we're going to do, like we started with, is the ribbons. We're making sure the ribbons are flat and flush to the top of the pocket, and they are. Next, we're going to make sure we're half an inch above. Our occupational badge is half an inch above, and it is. Next, we're going to go ahead and check the name tag. Are we even? Are we straight across? Yes, we are. Are we halfway in between the sleeve and the lapel? Again, yes, we are. And finally, we're going to go ahead and check our U.S. insignias. Are we centered? If you take your line and line it up just like you were, see where you're at? Should line up right here. It's correct on this side. And let's go ahead and check this side. We are good to go. Now that your uniform looks sharp, I've shown you today the proper way of putting our accoutrements on a uniform. I've shown you different parts you need to have laid out prior to putting a uniform together, and I've shown you the end product. In order to the most final thing you need to do to make sure you're good to go and be sharp and looking sharp, lint roller. So we're just going to do that, go over the uniform one more time. So make sure there's no hair, no fuzz, that kind of thing. And anything. If you have any further questions, please let me know. I'm Chrissy Best, official photographer, uniform extraordinaire.